I'm just about at the point where I took that little steep jeep track up to that ridge line, where I made 2 failed descents to try to find the road to Morgan Hill. So I walked up this steep little jeep track up here, and then when I decided to follow the way to the peak, unbeknownst to me at the time, or not fully confident that it was 5696, but it was a peak, and I'm going along that ridge, mostly cross country, going through thickets of incense cedar saplings, ceanothus. Oh, didn't get very scratched up though. Well, ceanothus palmeri, it can scratch you up with its dead twigs and stuff, but it's a much gentler ceanothus than Ceanothus leucodermis, the chaparral whitethorn. It'll be much less likely to tear you up. So, back on the dirt road, like I said, the jeep track going up to the lip of the ridge is what I did first, where I started following it. You'll see Catalina above this tree here. Catalina. So this is usually, I'd say December. December is usually one of the best months of the year for good visibility. Now I'm below Booker Hill, so I'm losing elevation pretty quickly. So now all I got to do is get back on the dirt road that goes down, follow it through the little campfire amphitheater, and still a little ways, but it's going to be generally in a downhill direction, so I should be able to have some time for that. So yeah, I'm going to have to change pants, socks, and shoes. Well, socks I'm not as worried about, but definitely pants and shoes. Well, I'm gonna have to put my slippers on. Drive home with my slippers, unless I want to contaminate the inside of my car, which I don't. But well, I can see the dirt road down there. Should be at that pretty soon, and I should be able to be well on my way back. So I'm heading towards where that U.S. Forest Service fire water tank is, and that should be coming up pretty soon. I see where the road goes back, roughly to the south, heading more of a west-northwesterly direction right now. Some pretty sick views up there on 5696. Get a good view of quite a bit. So I would suggest following this. Once you get to the Forest Service tank, if you're coming from Doane Valley like I did, turn right. Follow this road until you start seeing ribbons for a use trail. And when you get to that point where I threw my backpack on the stump, go a little bit further ahead, look to your right, you'll see ribbons. You'll see a little opening, turn right. It looks like it'll dead end into Ceanothus, but I think you just have to walk over a cut stump of one. That's about it. And then just follow the ribbons. But I didn't see the ribbons going all the way to the summit, so once you get near it, you might have to do a little navigation. But just look for the highest points at the end of the ridge. When you get to it, it'll be the one coming from this way. You'll see a small saddle. It'll be the one to your left with the rocky outcropping. You don't really have to scramble up anything hard. You just have to wade through some manzanita and ceanothus. And then you'll see a register in the crevice of that rock. So, like I said, route finding is a lot easier than I made it to be. I tend to make things more complicated. Sometimes I do it on purpose, but this was not the plan. I didn't realize there would have been a use trail going to that. I had a suspicion it was 5696, but I wasn't completely confident in it. I didn't even know 5696. Wasn't really sure that was even a really well-known peak. Apparently it gets visited. So some people just got up. Most of those people probably got up there the easy peasy way. I ended up having to fight through some cross country on repeated occasions because I didn't realize there was a route there. So it's a lot easier coming down, and you don't have to go cross country. Really much easier. Just about back at the Forest Service tank. Once I reach that, I am going to give the video recording a break for a while. Take some shots. If I see anything on the way down I need to point out, of course you know me, I'll add it in. But right now, there's the tank, and I'm going to turn left to go back down. This is the way I went originally. Brought me to that dead end. There's Booker, right there. You'd think the name was French, like Boucher, but it's actually pronounced Booker. There's the lower French Valley and lower Doane Valley region, and there are the huge ponderosa pines down there. So I've been down probably about as far as that before, and then this is going to lead down into Doane Valley. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. It's spelled D-O-A-N-E. But I've heard people pronounce it differently. I've always pronounced it Doane, because that's what I thought it was. Some people I think pronounce it Doane or Doane or something like that. I'm going to keep pronouncing it Doane until I hear otherwise, so just realize that I'm talking about the place where the pond is in that valley, nestled between two beautiful ridges. And here we are. It's a stretch where Oracle oaks are everywhere. Quercus morejus. I will see you down the way.